Thank you once again for sending in your questions. Let's crack on straight away with Stephen Power. Do you believe refs are being unfair on Arsenal? 3 red cards, multiple decisions going the other way. It seems quite evident something ungainly is going on. Here we go. I imagine this comes from an Arsenal fan. I must say I've got a couple of Arsenal fans that were texting me again at the weekend saying, you know, why has the Premier League got it in for us? And I thought, oh, blimey, this conspiracy theory stuff right here.
I suppose part of their problem was that the sending off on Saturday, there was I mean, it wasn't similar because there was defenders all around. Was it Torsen yesterday, wasn't it? That he got the yellow card. There was a defender within about 10 yards of him, wasn't there, where Ben White was probably 35 or 40 yards away from Saliba. So that was the big difference. Yeah,
and the ball was going towards the wide area of the pitch, wasn't it? So there was a difference in those two things. But I very much doubt VAR and the referees all gather together and go, right, okay, we've got to make sure Arsenal don't get any decisions this season. And
no, but I mean,
what I'm trying to say is that I think it's pretty conspiratorial to think that it's a deliberate thing against Arsenal.
Don't forget Micah's the Arsenal fan, Gaz.
Oh! Scott. Conspiratorial, Gaz. What a word that is.
Conspiratorial.
Wow. Grammar at its finest. What do I need to do to be on the same level as you with this grammar? What do I need to start reading books? What do I need to do?
This is a bit of a conundrum for you, isn't it?
Just learn to read first, Michael.
No, but what I will say before we move on this question, I don't think there's a conspiracy, but there are media darlings over the years, and other teams...
You're one of them.
...have had a lot more love than others. So historically, maybe the top 4 teams, especially with decisions, normally go their way. I would say from the time I've been watching football, there's certain decisions at certain grounds that if they were at a bottom 3, bottom 5 club, they wouldn't be getting those decisions. I think that is fact.
Did you think over the years, even as a player, if you were like, we're going to Old Trafford today, or we're going to Anfield,
100%.
We're not getting anything today. We're not getting anything from the referee.
I think that comes down to the influence sometimes of the crowd and the atmosphere and stuff and referees. I don't think referees ever go out there and think, right, I'm going to try and favour the home side. I think it becomes maybe like a pressure might build. They give a couple of decisions that go against the home team. Then they give another one and all the crowd is singing, the referees are busted, and all that kind of stuff. He don't, what's that one they always sing now? You don't know what you're doing. You don't know, and all this kind of stuff. And then it builds and builds, and then there becomes like maybe unconscientious decision that you go, oh, go on, I'll give it them. And,
could be worse, by the way. It could be a Wolves fan.
Yeah,
Wolves will feel really hard done by as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah, definitely last season, that was for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think there's any deliberate thing. I think it's always been the case that referees do, even if it's subconsciously, do kind of slightly favour the home team, particularly in places where there's a big atmosphere, because it's just being a human being, isn't it?
I guess.
I think. Yeah. I don't know. But I think just to think that one club, particularly a club like Arsenal, who you know, they've got a strong home base, get decisions going against.
Are we all in agreement though? Saliba was the correct decision, and it was right that he got the red card.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. It was.
And we can argue what you want about the Declan Rice one when he sort of tapped.
I thought that was harsh,
3 or 4 yards, but even the Trossard one was a sending off as well.
Okay, let's move on. Right, Chris Tatum. Build the perfect player based on these stats. Left foot, right foot, speed, passing, dribbling, skill, physicality, defending, and football IQ. I think we should only use one player in each category, because otherwise Messi would be about 6 of them. So, including the first one. So this could take about an hour and a half. But
are we doing it together or individuals?
I'll do left foot first, and we'll all do our
Roberto Carlos.
He's got in early there because right. Micah.
Messi.
I don't know which one's put Messi in. So you've gone Messi early. I'll go. Trying to think of someone that's left foot.
As he looks at
Diego Maradona. Diego Maradona.
Oh, Diego!
Yeah. Right foot. I'll go Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Me.
Yeah. Oh, you actually mean you? Me? Christ almighty.
Come on, lads. What's up with you?
Right foot in,
Come on.
just ahead of Zidane.
Just look at those 30-yarders, man.
Just ahead of Zidane and Pirlo
Zidane's
and
getting
Glenn
in
Hoddle.
Zidane's getting in another category. Don't
All
worry.
right, okay. He's got himself in. Brilliant. Micah?
David Beckham.
Good shout. Speed. Adama Traore after what he did to Kyle Walker the other day.
I'll go with Thierry
I
Henry.
was just about to say running with the ball, Thierry, yeah. Yeah, Thierry, I'll go with that, yeah.
Okay. Passing. It's another one that Messi would win, possibly. I'm going to go Glenn Hoddle.
I'm going to go Kevin De Bruyne.
Trent.
Yep, good shout. Dribbling. It's another one for Messi.
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho was good.
Ronaldo.
Oh!
Brazilian Ronaldo.
I love that.
I've already had Diego. I'll go Messi on this one. Right, skill. It's kind of the same as dribbling, isn't it?
I've gone too soon with Ronaldinho.
Zidane.
Zidane was good. Ronaldinho, yeah, good shout. I'll go Zico.
I'm going to go JJ Okocha.
Ooh, footman out there. Right, physicality. This is the one you might have had a chance in, Al. I mean, seriously. Physicality. Or Micah as well.
I'm going to go John Carew, the strongest player I've ever witnessed on a football field.
Souness.
Was he strong, was he?
He was physical. Is this the top dirty player or top physicality?
He could play as well, by the way.
Yeah. Paul McGrath was good. Defending.
Maldini.
Ooh, he's got that in quick. Baresi.
Oh!
Goodness me.
Come on now.
Defending. John Terry.
Yeah. Right. The final one is football IQ.
Paul Scholes.
Johan Cruyff.
Maradona.
Ooh, brilliant. I think it's a tough one in those categories, but that was fun. It leads me on actually to a question about aforementioned Lionel Messi. Daniel Scuteri. Is Messi still the best player in the world? And that comes off the back of 2 hat-tricks in the space of 4 or 5 days. One for the national team, where he also had 2 assists. And another for Miami when he came on after 61 minutes, I believe, and scored a hat-trick before he left the field of play. I mean, we have to say he's in a league now that won't be anything like the challenge of his where he's played previously, but he's still remarkable. He's still scoring a lot of goals. He's still being incredibly creative. Had quite bad injury recently, but he's come back from it with a bang. He'd still be the player I'd want to watch in the world football at the moment. But so I don't know. I don't think there's anyone out there that has taken up the mantle, so to speak, in the terms of his all-round ability at present. Whether that happens with someone like Kylian Mbappe over time, I'm not sure. He'll ever quite be on the level of Messi, but I don't think anyone will. But I said the same about Diego until Messi came along. Micah?
Yeah, I think he is. I still think he is. I think he's still doing things that other players can't do, whether it's touch, technique, scoring goals, finding a pass, international stage. I think we expected Mbappe to be sort of at that level at this moment. He's still scoring goals for Real Madrid, but he's not really in blistering form. Haaland's not scored for a few weeks. Vinicius Jr. is scoring, but obviously the position between him and Mbappe, they're finding it hard to get the balance right. So I'm looking at Rodri, who's now got a cruciate, but Messi would be my number one.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, which goes straight on to the question, JD23. Do you think the GOAT debate is now settled, given Messi's World Cup win and them now playing comparative leagues, but with Messi seemingly still running the show in the MLS? For the record, he's played 19 this year with 20 goals and 17 assists. Well, I don't think the only debate for me in terms of GOAT status is whether it's him or Maradona. You can only really judge players that you see regularly in your lifetime. I didn't see enough of Pele, but he would probably be the other one. But I don't. If you're talking about a debate between Messi and Cristiano, well, I'm sorry. Much as I admire Cristiano and he's a wonderful, wonderful footballer and a truly brilliant goal scorer, when it comes to actually comparing them as footballers, there isn't a comparison.
Strong words.
Well, it's true, because, Messi's probably the best dribbler we've ever seen, possibly along with Diego. He's also probably the best passer we've ever seen, and he sees things that no one else has ever seen. And his goal-scoring numbers are up there with Cristiano as probably the greatest, you could say the greatest goal scorer I've ever seen, but Messi's numbers are very similar. So I genuinely, much as I admire Cristiano Ronaldo, I think he's an absolutely fantastic player. Who would you sooner watch?
They're different players, aren't they? Have been.
Exactly, they are different players, yeah. But if you're talking about best footballer, it's all encompassing. I don't know. Do you disagree?
No, I can't argue with any of your points. I agree. Cristiano's amazing and has been for God knows how long. But yeah, Messi.
Micah, you're back on the creosote.
I was always just Messi, but I think Ronaldo playing on the right, the left, up front, the amount of goals he scores, the different leagues he's played in, obviously winning the Euros with Portugal. Yeah, Ronaldo fans will pick Ronaldo. Messi fans will pick Messi. I think if
Neutrals.
you include like the assists and all that, all-round game, I would have to agree with you guys.
So what's your answer here? Messi.
Right. One more question before the break. Which is a bit of a crazy question in a way. If there was a mini tournament between a team full of peak Gary Linekers, a team full of peak Alan Shearers, and a team full of peak Micah Richards, who would win? 11 aside.
Obviously me. We're talking about peak. We're not talking about longevity. We're talking about peak.
Peak, yeah.
I could defend and I could attack.
Well, that's debatable, to be honest.
What am I listening to this shit for?
What am I listening to?
Am I hearing things or what?
If it goes to a penalty shootout, you're fucked. Oh dear. I don't know. I'm not sure I'd be. I only know about playing up front. I just can't imagine playing anywhere else on the pitch. But
Alan's got probably a better chance than you, Gary. We're talking about 5 aside because he's a meathead, isn't he, Alan?
It's 11 aside.
Oh, 11 aside.
11 aside,
I'd come back. I did do the defending bit as well. I did that for so many years as well. So
okay, in 11 aside, if you have more defenders than strikers, defenders normally win, don't they? They normally win.
Well, normally if they're any good.
Yeah, it's a tough one, that. And I can play net as well.
So can I. I can still
Is there
play.
anything you couldn't do?
I like that expression. I haven't heard that expression for years.
Play it in net.
I can play it net.
Net.
A bit of Yorkshire came out there, didn't it,
Back
Micah?
and goal, I can play in net.
In nets. Aye, lad. Yeah,
Aye.
We'll give this one to Micah. 11 Micahs.
No, there's not a chance of giving it to me. Come on, lads. Let's be serious now.
I think
that was for...
we're going to give you this one, Micah, because you've never won a category of anything ever. So we're going to give you this one between the three of us. If you've been listening, you'll know that Guinness have been sponsoring the podcast and that they are the official beer of the Premier League. So in honour of the beautiful game meeting the beautiful pint, we're going to talk about that ancient ritual of watching the game in the pub with a pint of Guinness. So let's get into what makes those pre-match trips to the local so special. But first, we're going to have a little sip.
Just before we go, boys, you've had 2 or 3 attempts at this now. Come on, I want to see you. Can you pour the perfect pint of Guinness? Let's see what you've got. Come on.
Okay.
Let's hope it doesn't...
Come
Oh,
on.
lovely. No spillage to start with.
There you go. Come on.
Fantastico.
Don't forget to leave it that little bit from the top and let it sit and settle.
Just top of the heart, wasn't it?
That's it.
I know, Al, now. I've got it.
Just like that.
There.
Oof.
Which heart, though? The other one.
Keep
How
going.
we looking?
Yeah, I'm liking that. Now let it sit. Let it sit.
Simmer down. It's got a simmer.
Whilst we let it sit, tell us about what local do you go to watch the football and have a pint of Guinness, Al?
Well, every now and again when I get to St James's Park, my mate has a pub in Newcastle called Harry's. So we and it's, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile from St James's Park. So we'll meet there on a either a lunchtime or if it's an evening game, we'll meet late afternoon and have a couple of pints, and then we'll have a laugh and a joke, and then walk up to St James's Park. I do that quite a few times. And it's what I didn't go to the pub when I was a kid, but walking to the ground with my mates was a ritual. So now to go to the pub with my mates and have a couple of pints and then walk to St James's, it's all part of the night out or the day out. Yeah, it is. It's great.
That community feeling, going with the lads, down to pub, down to dog and duck, shoulder and mutton.
He's gone all Yorkshire
lovely.
again. He's gone all Yorkshire.
Yeah, all Yorkshire, proper.
When I ever think of that, it brings back memories of me my going to football with my dad, because he'd be Saturday afternoon. He was at Leicester Market. He sold fruit in Leicester Market, and he was always in the pub in. I can't quite remember the name of the pub because it's 50 years ago, for crying out loud. So going with him and then going to the game. Or even watching the game. Well, we didn't have live football in those days, obviously, but going to the game, having had a couple of, he would have had a couple of pints. I was a boy, of course, way back when. And so great memories of my dad.
Right, before you carry on, put the rest in.
I'll just top it up.
Top it up.
The rest is Guinness. There you go.
There, and it should look something like that.
Mine. I don't think I've got enough head on mine.
Have I undercooked it a little?
You've had a little sip already, haven't you?
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
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 Well, there you have it. When you head to your local, enjoy the match with a pint of fresh Guinness, the official beer of the Premier League. We've got one from Angad. How should Arteta and Arsenal be assessed if they fail to win a major trophy this season? Well, it's kind of hypothetical. It depends how, if they don't win a trophy, if they finished 5th, then we'd judge them differently to if they just narrowly missed out to Arsenal again, particularly getting 1 or 2 injuries. So
yeah, it's a tough one to answer, isn't it? It's like you got to wait till the end of the season and see what happens, how, if, why.
Yeah, I agree. It's a difficult one, that, isn't it? I think we're not into predictions, are we, really?
Well, we do a whole show on predictions.
Well,
we're just not that good at them.
No, we do one episode at the start of the season, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Predicting teams, but we tried to give balance, analysis, insight, comedy.
We'll have a review halfway through, and then we'll see how we fare at the end of the season. Actually, last year we did pretty We did pretty well.
We did all right, yeah.
Well, I think we did all right. Here's one. Gustav Darlin. Me darling. Hello from Sweden. I would like to know who is your guys' favourite Swedish player, past and or current. I'm going to get in quick with Henrik Larsson.
Ibrahimovic.
Zlatan. Got to be.
Hey!
Oh, Zlatan. Good shout.
Yeah.
How can I have forgotten Zlatan? But I only went too... I went too quick there, didn't I? I went too quick. Jay Acharya, or something like that. Do you think England will win a major tournament with Tuchel at the helm? Who would you guys have liked to see become the England manager? Well, we covered this quite a bit, but he's an elite
I'm okay
coach.
with it. I'm quite happy with Thomas Tuchel coming in. He's been successful. He's managed big players. Look, we've felt confident before with England, and we've never had nothing to shout about. So we hope so. Anyway, goodness me, it's been long enough.
You know the mad thing about the whole debate. When we was at Wembley and we played Italy, it was a penalty shootouts away from winning. You know that was the margin. So people's in the last game against last Euros final against Spain, we were beaten by the better team. I thought tactically we was outdone. But the first one, it was penalties. That's how close we were, you know? So, yeah, I think with Tuchel, hopefully he could just get us over the line.
Yeah. John Breeze, final question. Loving the pod. Thank you, John. My question is, who would be on your Mount Rushmore of Premier League players? They're asking who should be your fourth footballers.
Ooh.
In Premier League footballers, that is Premier League. So I would go Cristiano Ronaldo.
Thierry
Henry for sure. What, Micah, what are you laughing
Look at Alan.
What are you laughing at?
He's going to pick himself again, isn't he?
Steven Gerrard.
There you go. Good shout, that is. Wayne Rooney be the other one. I think we've got 4 there, haven't we?
Yes. So Mount Rushmore is George Washington.
Yeah. Thomas Jefferson. Abraham Lincoln.
Theodore
Roosevelt.
Yes.
Oh, daft. Of course it is. Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. We're here to educate. Okay, that's it for this week's question and answer episode. Thank you so much for sending your questions, and we'll be back on Friday. It's Champions League week, so we'll be looking back at the Champions League games. What game are you doing, Alan, for Amazon?
I'm at Arsenal tomorrow evening, so Tuesday night.
Shakhtar, the next,
Shakhtar,
right.
yeah.
And Micah, CBS?
We do all the games, don't we?
Oh, yeah, you do, yeah.
Not part-time like Alan.
You in the studio, or...?
In the studio,
okay.
Stockley Park.
Part-time. Well, I hope it goes well for you, and we'll speak about that later in the week and get it out for you on Friday morning. But that's it for now.
Can you do 2 days on Tuesday and Wednesday, Micah?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I didn't think you could do 2.
We'll have to bump up the contract, isn't it? I mean,
right, okay.
Yeah.
Alan, they pay quite well in America.
I love it.
Okay, goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.